Jordan. Went 2-0 last week. Just how you feel the team's looking as the last 3 games of the regular season come up?
Yeah, I think the last 2 games were huge. Last week was huge, and we really just emphasized, Thursday was a huge game, but Saturday was just as important. So we came out, took care of business, and I think the girls did a really great job of just locking into scout and just locking into kind of those big game moments. So
sorry, with the Northern Arizona game, just what was that? They're tied for the first. How did that just develop into such just a commanding win like that?
Yeah, gosh, I mean, NAU is such a great team, and they got us down at their place a couple weeks ago, and I think just with that kind of fire and really just knowing what we're playing for, and again, I think that whole week, the prep all week, our girls were just dialed in and kind of taking it one game at a time. So I think our start to that game was really big. I think we've been emphasizing that a lot more. So super proud of the girls. Like, that was a great opportunity for them to just go out and play for each other, and they did a really great job.
Going off of that, signing the same thing at the UNC game, started off really well. How did you the girls talked a lot about trying to do that. How did you finally get through to starting strong?
Yeah, really just talking about the patience in our offense, really knowing that you can be wide open the very first pass, but let's work the ball around, let's get their defense moving, and that start for that game really helped us to finish that game. That's seeing that the best finish that we've had, but we just that start for sure we emphasized is going to be important in those close games.
Third year here, how is it how have you just felt growing the program like this as your career started?
Yeah, just super fortunate. I feel very grateful that Coach Jody kind of gave me that shot. When I first started, all of us coming in together like that, and then just seeing the growth from the players and the girls and the relationships that we've built with them and they've built with each other. I think it's pretty special that we have a lot of the same core, and so I think that's really huge. It speaks volume to kind of Coach Jody's direction in our program and just the culture that we've built. So just awesome to be a part of, and excited just to see what happens in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we talked about the team, 16 to 17 players back, but this coaching staff stayed intact as well. How just have you done that? And I guess obviously that's probably helped translate to the players staying around.
Yeah.
What was just the biggest thing about keeping that staff consistent?
Yeah, I think it's more more of just that family feel. I think we have a job to do. We do these things in practice, these scouts, but more, when we're in our off time or just on the bus or on the road, just more of that family kind of feel. And I think we all have that level of respect for each other and love for each other, where it's relationships outside, of the court kind of thing. So, and that's all, the culture kind of built, again, by just Coach Jody and getting us to really care for each other kind of thing. So, yeah, it is pretty special to kind of stay like that, and it's been huge.
Obviously, you grew up in Moses Lake, went off to college and came back. How does that sort of family thing tie into that, just being local?
Yeah.
And have your family, having your sister on the team, stuff like that?
Every game, really, there's a lot of family that comes to the games, obviously, but every game have that moment of just like gratitude that I get to see my parents in the stands. I get to see my cousins, and just huge supporters of myself, our family, and then Jamie on the court as well. It's it's pretty cool. It doesn't get lost on me at all, just how lucky for sure Jamie is to play in front of family, but then for me to just be able to be around and have those relationships with my family almost daily here. So super
going
special.
Off of that, was there a coaching mentality? How have you grown? Like, how evolved that? How you coach the team, just on and off the court?
Yeah. How my coaching style evolved. I think the biggest thing for me with coaching is, just what can I do for these players, these girls as basketball players, and then as people. So I've just really made an emphasis to make sure that they are reaching their goals on the court like they want, and kind of trying to figure out those goals and, okay, how can we do this, X, Y, and Z, but then also, what can we do outside the court? Are you looking for internships? Are you doing this and want to see more of this kind of thing? So the relationship part I've felt has been a huge part of why I love coaching, really. So.
Talking to the girls last week and talking to Jody, you and her determine who is their team's sisters for that season.
Oh yeah.
What is that? How do you sort of go through evaluating that process for you, and what factors do you consider?
Yeah, usually if we have freshmen, which we did not have freshmen this year, we'll pair them with an upperclassman just to, they know the ropes, they can kind of show them their ways. And then this year, a little random / who we think with personalities wise they can kind of get along, but also just if we feel like they don't really know each other, they don't live together, they're not in the same class, just how can they kind of build that bond through being sisters. So it's a pretty cool process.
Yeah, you know, it's a long season, but there's obviously some off time and downtime.
Mm-hmm.
What's your go-to? What do you do to relax and separate from basketball, if anything?
My go time, yes, or my downtime. I love watching shows. I love cooking. Cooking is kind of my main thing, probably.
It's the same answer, branding.
Yeah, branding. I have a dog, so we hang out a lot. We like to go on walks when it's nice. And then my brother lives in town as well, so I'll go see my nieces, and my cousins have babies now, so I'll spend a lot of time with them when I can.
Obviously postseason's coming up. What's the goal?
The goal of postseason, I think, is just, getting these girls focused and ready and keeping more of their confidence level up and preparing just every game like day by day, and win or lose, the fact that we've prepared, we're confident, and we're playing our best basketball, I think the result kind of takes care of itself. So just getting these girls ready every week, every day, in the classroom especially, taking care of business that way, I think everything else will take care of itself.